Tell you how many cases go through city court. You know, we get blamed for not, doing our job. He knows how many. Steve Sokoloff, state prosecuting attorney, he knows how many felony cases we run through there. We deal with SEMO task force and the FBI, DEA, they're always in here. We deal with them and we're on a personal basis with them and we do our job. We do cut search warrants, we just done one the other day. Drugs and guns, that's how dangerous this town is. People don't realize that. But we're doing this on 3 people, 4 people, and if we can call in some more, we're gonna do this. But not one time are we gonna hire anybody, no money. No money. But for everybody, not one person to sit in here and say anything nice. I don't know what to think. I really don't. Y'all know exactly what we do. But anyway, that's all I'm gonna say. I've gotta stand up to these guys. You all have to stand up. Some of this inside turmoil is not from our side. It's because there's not anybody in here when these people come in here and say, hey, we got some problems, or we don't want to go with this chief said. The last chief, the only thing he asked, be professional in your job, do your job the way you should do it, treat people like you'd like to be treated. And when you're off duty, be a professional and treat yourself the same way and treat people the same way and make smart decisions. And for that, everybody blasted. Whatever other issues, was other issues. But as far as taking over and leaving, but then you have some that wants to rise their heads over. We don't bother us on our off time. People come in here, what happens? The council, the city council has to stand up and say, hey, we're going to make each one of these departments strong. And the only way you can do that is when people come in here and want to whine, send them back and have them follow chain of command. That's the only way you're going to stop all this stuff. I know what turmoil, I've been here for 30 years, I know what goes on here. But the only way we can stop it is everybody's got to be strong. All department heads, all city councilmen, it's a hand in glove. Everybody's got to work together. And when we got more people, we're stronger. And that's our goal. I know that's Chief Mott's goal. Everybody's got to work together. But it takes y'all to get in here with us and say, hey, we're going to make it work. And I appreciate the time and the effort a lot of people put, but to not say anything nice or say anything about what we do, that's wrong. That's wrong. Because you may lose one tonight, and I hope y'all don't have to worry about that tonight. But anyway, we're going to work this, and we're going to work it together. And we're going to be stronger. But please, support us. And I'll try to go back and explain to them, why nobody can speak up for them. Maybe they'll listen. Thank you.
Let me ask you, or not ask you, but I don't think in my statement, you were calling, he's kind of pointed a little bit toward me, I think.
Yes, sir.
I don't think we were talking about personnel from either department.
That's about what you said, man.
I'm trying to.
You talked about him, how nice and, you never had any problems, you never had to go in closed sessions or anything like that.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we're a bigger department. And like I said, when you can't, and we sort of took some heat because we started putting all these regulations in on the hiring process. I just said, Kevin Trowbridge to a background investigation.
Stop you right there, because I'm not talking about your personnel in these closed meetings. I'm talking about the man that's in charge of PD. The past 3 years I've been up here, I've had several closed meetings about the man in charge. That's what I'm talking about. I was strictly talking about the director or the chief. I did not at one time attempt to talk about the patrolman or any of the other rank and file.
You brought up closed session.
I sure did.
More closed sessions with
Dealing with the man in charge. That's what I was talking about. And that's
strictly
strictly all I was talking about.
I can't do anything about that. All I can do is make sure everything's good.
Well, I wanted to make sure you're clear of that, because no one was dogging anyone and no one was patting anyone on the back as far as the rank and file. We're strictly talking about, and I think, I can't speak for the council, but we're talking about the directors or the chiefs is what we're talking about.
Everybody knows me, when I speak for all city employees. I don't speak for the police, or I speak for the park department, street department, and all other city employees, because I feel like some of them, we gotta get it where we're working together, get these salaries up, get these people want to stay here. I know right now there's phone calls being made, there's other stuff. I hope we can keep what we got.
I agree with you. I agree. And I appreciate you stepping in for the department.
I got to.
You were asked to do it.
I cannot let somebody sit there and not say the praises of what we do. Yeah, we got problems, but those are problems we can get worked out, but we gotta have the help of everybody else.
I agree.
I mean, I can get things worked out, but the thing about it is, I gotta have your support.
I agree 100%.
That's all I got to say. I mean,
That's all it was this evening. I'm sorry if you took it that you was talking about your personnel,
Well, I'm talking
but
about.
I was talking about the numerous meetings we had regarding past chiefs.
Yeah.
I would like to comment on your chain of command issue, and I completely agree with you on that. And I think this council has discussed the need in the future to follow the chain of command, that's gonna be critical with all this. We're counting on strong department head in the police department to make sure that chain of command is followed. I think that's gonna be critical for the success of anything down the line.
But we just gotta get on the same page, and everybody's gotta work together, and we'll be stronger. Thank you.
What else we have? All the committee, all the departments are done. Public comment. Anyone tonight? Smile, it's March. Beautiful weather outside. Mr. McMahon, you only got one more meeting. Next to last one, isn't it?
I have one question before we adjourn and go into closed session. I'm getting more and more comments about our police cars, about personal use or what the community sees as personal use and being driven. We've talked about that. Are we going to change that at all?
I think we're looking into maybe as far as closing the limit, maybe Independence Township as far as going out of it. But as far as using it in town, they're either cleaning it up or, just getting called out or backing up other officers sometimes.
They're going to continue to take them home, drive them home.
Until the council comes up with a radius.
We just didn't really discuss that in the police committee meeting, because we kind of were thinking we would wait until everything else kind of shook out. I mean, that is something that's on, it was on the police committee, radar.
I just, I've had 2 or 3 people ask
Yeah,
me
no,
about it.
I've heard the same things, but.
And the ones that live outside, 15 or 25 miles, I will explain to them this may be something that's gonna be happening, so.
Well, I'll say the hard part is, I'd rather see it done before, if it's gonna happen, let's make it happen before a new director gets in there and makes a bunch of maybe unpopular changes. For one, I've heard a lot of complaints about cars driven out of town. I think it should be in town and kept in town, or in the, that's what the Major stated, in the township. I could compromise on that, but as far as driving it wherever it goes to outside city limits, unless it's on personal or private city business, I don't feel like it should leave.
And they should not use them personal.
No, 0 personal.
If they take it home and they're off duty, that car needs to sit until they're back on duty or if they're called on duty.
Mhm.
Don't jump in the car and take off, go to the grocery store and, well, I might get called out. Well, you go back home and get the car.
Yeah, that's,
That's
Will
what
y'all
the
talk about that
public.
at the next meeting, any of your next police meeting?
Well, depend on who's on that meeting.
I mean, we could talk about it tonight, I guess.
I think it
We're
should be
already
resolved.
talking
I
about
mean-
it. If somebody's got any ideas.
I would like to put the policy in place that the cars stay within the township.
I don't think that's unreasonable. I really don't. I don't see where our cars going to, let's say, Malden. I'm just gonna use that as an example, how that's benefiting the city of Kennett. Being taken that far. It's just something we really need to explore. And that's probably where we kind of slipped up a little bit. We should take a look at this soon.
I'd like to put that in administrative policy, unless you all object to it.
I like to see the police cars out to within the city limits. I like them driving them home. I like them being more visible like that, but I agree with the township policy.
Okay, any objections to that? Administrative policy, Greg?
What's the greatest distance one that's being driven now?
Malden.
Malden?
How many are going out of town? Is it just 1, 2,
Two.
2,
Malden, Steve.
or out of township? I guess?
Policy.
Well, we already have a policy, they're not to use them for personal use, right?
Yeah, they don't use them for personal, like I said, on time they're out, they're listening, coming out to either help us, being there when we got something going on, if they know we got some search warrants going on, or they're just going out as far as cleaning the cars and stuff like that. But as far as actual personal use, they're about a possibility.
Which would be in
If it
uniform,
is, I think possibly not.
that'd be in uniform if they were driving.
Not all of them,
Not all of
No, if they were taking them to wash them, they might.
not all of them.
them? Okay.
Sometimes they're being hidden.
I'm not asking for that, I was just asking to keep it in the township.
that's
I think,
fine.
I agree with your
I was just
suggestion.
waiting on you.
So, let that be in place unless there's an objection to it. Okay?
Good.
That's your,
Yeah, I've just heard several comments about it.
I have to. Anything else? Public comments?
One thing, there was advertised in the news media, supposed to have had an exercise today with outdoor early warning sirens for the tornado exercise. But they postponed it till Thursday. We'll see what happens Thursday if the weather's not any better. We may elect not to participate, but generally, they do that statewide and really multi-statewide to bring attention to it. It does require us to activate the sirens, but we do test them on Saturday, so we may or may not be hearing them on Thursday around 1:30, that's what it would be.
Okay. Well, the meeting's adjourned. Can we have a motion to go into closed session?
Second.
Second? Roll call? Roll call vote?
Yes.
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 All right, unanimous? Thank you all for attending this evening.